Hey guys, what's good? What's happening? And I'm stepping on everything in my garage. That's not the proper intro, I know. Been a while since I videoed, but today is something I've been kind of putting off that I've wanted to do. And the reason why I've been putting it off is because I was waiting for stuff to come in. Basically guys, you've seen the title of the video, you already know what's going on. Today's video, we're modifying the kayak to make it fishing worthy with parts from Temu. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So as you may or may not recall, last year I got a kayak. It was pretty much given to me. Well, not really. Went to a charity dance, and the story behind it, I'm not going to tell it because that's the reason why that video is no longer on my channel. And yeah. So anyway, just know that I got a kayak. It cost me roughly about $400 for a $1,300 kayak. However, there's a problem with it. You can't really fish. Well, you can fish in it. I can't say you can't fish in it. You can totally fish in this as it sits. It's just there's nowhere to put stuff, right? You got nowhere to put your rods. There's nowhere to put a rod in the front. There's like, you know, I could do like one of the guys I know who fishes from one of these, and he has nowhere to put rods. He just literally chucks the rod in with him, and then he paddles with the rod hanging out the front or out the back. He'll put the butt end down over there, and then just have it leaning out the back, and he's paddling. But I don't know. Like when I was going to buy a new kayak for fishing, I was actually planning on buying a fishing kayak. One with the holes in the back that you can put your rods through and the mount in the front. Good to go. But that never happened. So we got this. It is a $1,300 kayak. The brand is Riot and the name is Edge. It's an Edge 13 footer. She's long. I haven't even had her on the water yet. I know it floats because it's brand spanking new, but one day we'll take it out. Maybe tomorrow, but we'll see. I still got to get a life jacket. I haven't even purchased that yet. I have to go to Canadian Tire and get a life jacket, and I'm not sure what else I need for a kayak to be on the water. I know I need like a whistle or some sort of a noise-making device and a flashlight if I'm going to be out at night, which I won't be because I'm not an idiot. So one thing I don't understand about this kayak is like you got these dry holes here, right? These like sealable dry holes. Like if you're sitting in here, how the hell are you getting to that? Like you're not. You're just not until you land. So I wouldn't use that to store tackle. I'd still have to come up with a way to store tackle. I have a little tackle bag in the house that I'll probably use, or I can just use one of my other ones. But right now my garage is a mess and I'm trying to work in here. I got these TVs that I got to send back, but that's what this video is about. This video is about modifying this with stuff that I bought from Temu. So let me show you what we got, what we're working with here. Alrighty guys, I just shoved everything in a Walmart bag because I already took it out of the orange Temu wrapping, because literally when you get stuff from Temu, it's literally like they just take all the items, lay it on a table, and then mummify it in like this plastic wrap and then ship it out. So it's not exactly like in a box or anything. Originally I had it in an Amazon box, but then I was like, people are gonna think I got it from Amazon, so I better not. So instead, I put it in a Walmart bag because our Walmart in town doesn't sell shit like this. Our Walmart in town has barely even stocked. So the first thing I'm gonna pull out here are just simple little bungees. These are pretty cheap. I think they're like $3 a piece. I'll put a picture up to show you the image from Temu. You clip one end to your like rod or your net or your paddle, whatever, and then the other end you clip it onto like one of those little bungee straps, and that way there, if your rod goes over the side of your kayak, like it did happen to my friend Logan, and he lost a $150 combo to Davy Jones' locker. Well, if he would have had one of these puppy chuckers on there, that wouldn't have freaking happened, and he would still have his rod. I also got some of these bad boys that apparently the bag is already open. Crap. Anyway, I got some of these. What are they? They're not what you think they're for. Okay? They're actually rod holders. Get your mind out of the damn gutter. Yeah, they're totally rod holders. So they come with a cap. You pop the cap, rod goes in there, sits on an angle. So I'm not sure exactly how or where I'm going to install these. Definitely on the kayak. That's where they're going to go. However, I'm not seeing mounting hardware. I am seeing mounting hardware. Okay, good. So this kit here comes with 2 rod holders and 2 paddle holders. Thought this might have been a good idea. Put it on the side of the boat, and that way there I can clip my paddle down, so if I get to a location where I'm not drifting around too much. You can get anchors for these things. I might actually do that too at some point. If you get to a location where you just want to stay put and put your paddle down, instead of just running it across your body, you can just stick it in the paddle holder. And I will be having a tether on that as well. I bought 3 of those tethers in case anybody's wondering. If you're not, then, well, I'm telling you now. For the front of the boat, I bought another rod holder. See, my battle plan is I'm gonna bring 2 rods on the kayak. A spinning rod, bait casting rod, and a landing net, just in case. You know, in case you catch that big Goliath pike that you just, you know, you don't want to grab it by the lip. They kind of have dentures and that would ruin your day. How am I in a garage and I can't find a sharp object to stab this bag with? So yeah, I bought one of these jobbies. On Amazon, they wanted like $45 for it. But on Temu, I think it was pretty cheap. I think it was like 15 bucks or something. Let's say, is it broken? No, it's just loose. So you just pop your rod in the front there. I'm guessing this thing turns. Yeah, so this turns. Pop your rod in, put the butt end through here. Kind of like, here, let me just grab a rod over here. You got your rod, you got your rod holder. You just pop her in, like so, and it holds it. And then you can just lock it in place so that it doesn't go anywhere. That's pretty sweet. And then you got your rod in there. Then when you need it, you can just pull it out. This clip is pretty much useless unless you put the rod in upside down, I guess, and then lock it in place. Like, it's not going to go anywhere. The fish can't pull that out because it's going to get stuck. Problem is when you get a fish on, then you got to quickly turn that, take the rod out, you know, try not to be an idiot, and then set your hook and go. And this is one of the kayaking rods that I'm going to be using. This is the Ugly Stick GX2 that I got from Walmart for that $25 combo. And I also have another Ugly Stick GX2 that I'll also be using. However, I talked to someone who actually had one of these and they managed to break it off trying to boat flip a fish. So durability apparently is an issue. We'll see how they do. We'll do how they see. So yeah, I got that there for the front of the kayak. So now we got, okay, that was loud. Now we got to see where the heck we're going to put this crap. And that's where I'm not sure. So first thing I'm going to do is, I showed you guys, I have 2 TVs down here that are going to the scrapyard. I think what I might do is take a pause for the cause, take these to the hazardous waste depot, get them out of my hair. We'll come back. We'll film some video. Let's do this. All right, guys. Just got back from the recycling center there. Look, no more TVs behind me. Yeah, I got rid of the old Samsung and that old Sony TV. They're both pretty much shot. I was using it in my bedroom for a while, and it had about like 10 scan lines through the screen. When that happens, you got to replace the LCD. The Samsung was from 2005. Why keep fixing it? So I put the Android TV in there and tossed that old one. And then the Sony, well, it was blurrier than shit, and it was a weird aspect ratio of like 16 by 11. So I don't know. It was weird. It was very weird. So I got rid of that one too. And on my way back, I stopped off at the corner store and grabbed myself some Rain, because I love this stuff. It's like a monster, but it's got like bodybuilding stuff in it, like leucine, isoleucine, valine, creatine, cozeine. Like, it's awesome. 0 sugar, 10 calories per can. Like, you can't beat it. It's amazing. I like it better than Monster. The flavor's better too. But anyway, so when I got back, I started inspecting this kayak and I realized something cool about it. If you look behind the seat, there's like a foam padding there. That foam padding is basically like a waterproof barrier. So if I want to put the rod holder here, I'm probably going to hit that barrier. So I got to be careful when I'm drilling the hole, because I was thinking about putting one rod holder here and aiming it back, and one rod holder here and aiming it back, and it should clear the seat, because this seat comes up. This is going to be a comfy kayak probably. And down there, I'll get these cobwebs out of here. Oh, there's a freaking spider right there. Can you see him? Freaking spider. I don't know what kind of spider that is. Looks like a wolf. Yeah, I had this sitting in the boat tent over yonder. I got the boat tent open right now, but still having a bitch of a time getting that boat registered. But I noticed on this kayak that it does have accessory rails, and I wish I would have noticed that before, because I would have just bought these things here that have the rail mounts on the bottom to just, you know, slide in there and go. And then that would have worked even better, because then I could have just hung them in there, had them out the sides and trolled. Mind you, you're only allowed to have one line in the water at a time while you're fishing in Ontario, except in the winter you can use 2 for ice fishing, but during the summer you're only allowed 1. So that's the thing. Now as for this thing in the front, I don't know where the hell I'm going to put it. I kind of wanted it right there, but this line thing's in the way, so I could probably just hook that around there, bolt that down, or I could just put it off to the side maybe. have it off to the, yeah, maybe just put it off to the side. What do you guys think? Does that look good there? Doesn't matter, you're not using it, I'm using it, so I might just do that, just put it off to the side. Because I do know that one thing I do want to definitely do with this kayak is my ice fishing fish finder. I want to mount it on here as well at some point. Once I get used to kayaking and see how stable it is. Now my buddy Adam has this exact same kayak except for his is orange, I think he said. And he said it's really stupid stable because you're sitting in it, and by the time you get in there with your gear on it and stuff, it's pretty much submerged. Well, not completely, otherwise it'd be a submarine. But he said it's really stable. It flies really good across the water. And I'll have no problems with it. Because that was my biggest concern, was it's not as wide as my buddy's sit-on fishing kayak. A sit-on kayak, your center of gravity is a lot taller. Where this, your center of gravity is pretty much underwater. So it should give a little bit more balance and all that. And the other nice thing is, like, this dry hatch and this dry hatch are separated. Because if you look down here, you can see there's a huge barrier down there preventing water getting in. And this dry hatch here is actually got a lot of storage capacity in it. So you can put a lot of junk in there. I've seen people who get those carts that they haul their kayaks on, and they stuff them in the back one, because the back one I got from pretty much here all the way back of dry storage that I can put whatever I want in it, you know. And that's what Adam was talking about, is him and his son go out and they have those hammocks, camping hammocks with the tarp that go over top. They'd load all their fishing gear onto their kayaks and go out and find an island, set up shop, and then just spend the night. And he's like, hey, you want to try and do that? And I was like, yeah, sure. Only one problem is my dog. I got to figure out what to do with my dog, because I couldn't see Oreo living his best life riding in a kayak unless I modify one of these things and he sits in it. But knowing him, he's so stupid, he would just jump out and try and swim in the water and get eaten by a muskie. Because, well, he'd be the perfect muskie bait. I'll have to show you his haircut after. But first, we need to start modifying this kayak. We've just been talking. This video is about modifying this kayak with Teemu stuff. Let's get after it. So to rip the holes, I borrowed a hole saw off Dad. Now this is meant for metal, apparently. I don't know. It's a Mastercraft hole saw kit. It'll do the job. The bit I got attached here is the perfect size for the holes needed for this tube. Basically, I measured it by doing one of these. I went, yeah, that's about right. That's about right. I didn't have the bit in it when I did it before. Now what I need to do, though, before I start ripping holes in a $1,300 kayak, is I need to figure out exactly where I want to put these things. And I'm thinking, if I go here, I'm going to hit that membrane. If we take this out, shuffle you forward a bit. I'm thinking, do I want them aiming forward or backwards? I want them aiming backwards. No matter where I put these, I'm going to hit that membrane. So if I put them sideways, that'll probably work better. Then they'll hang off the side of the boat. You guys are looking at the porthole, not what I'm doing. Sorry, my camera works off. Haven't done YouTube in a while. I'd hire a camera person, but you know, I just do this for fun. I'm thinking right there and right there. So let me get a measuring tape, put some dots down, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alrighty guys, well, I took off one of the cables, the cable that was going from here over to here and over to here. You can't really tell what I'm pointing at, but you get it, the X in the back. I'm going to leave this one on the front as a tether to attach the fishing rods that are going to be put in the back, because I want to rip a hole here and here, aiming out those ways. Still should have bought the track system ones, but whatever. I did find a measuring tape, but I already misplaced it because, well, that's what I do. Frig sakes. Oh, there it is. So I'm thinking from this hook, go about 4 inches out. Now how deep is that thing? That thing, that wall is 6 inches in. So if I go here, that wall begins right here. So I should be alright right there. Now I didn't get a good Sharpie. I just found the Sharpie pen in the house. I'm going to go 3.5 from there. And just put a dot there. So if I do the same on the other side, 3.5, and put a dot there. That looks about right. So basically there and there is where I'm going to make my punctures. Okay, so the first problem is I'm not thinking about the angle. So we're going to have to bore some off the edge. And I'm not sure exactly how the hell I'm going to do that. I could use my Dremel. That might be the solution, right? Should have came in on a... Or I could just monkey around with it and rip holes in it. I want it sitting like that. No, I want it sitting the other way. So that's needs a little bit more work. However, a little bit more work, that will work. We'll get it. We'll get it. A lot of you are probably cringing, knowing that I'm doing this to a super expensive piece of equipment, but look on the bright side. It's mine, not yours. You know what? We're almost there. Almost there, boys. Where the hell are the screw holes in the bottom of this thing? Oh, I got this thing on backwards. No wonder why I can't find them. You know, we're seriously almost there. Okay. A couple more rips. And we're pretty much there. That's it. So, see, I don't know if they're... every single fishing kayak I've seen didn't have ones like this, where you can cover them. They all had the ones where it was just a hole in the back. So, this is me modifying something and just trying to make it work. Don't do this at home. Oh guys, I also have something else that I bought that I forgot to show from Teemu. It's for the fishing kayak, but it's not getting mounted onto it. Okay, I need to reset my steps, whatever that means, and find the other fishing rod holder. I'll be back. Alright, I found it. They're not screwed in or anything, but I'm just going to give you an idea as to how this is going to look with the rods in it. I'll grab the 2 rods that are going to be going in it. So basically something like that. Now, I can also turn these a little bit if I wanted them facing back. But I think if I'm sitting here, I should be able to reach back and grab that, no problem. But of course, one of these rods is going to be up front with me, and the other one's going to be my net, wherever the hell I put that. It's back there. So, like, let's see, instead of using this spin caster here, which I plan on bringing a bait caster with me, not a spin caster. But let's say I decide... I was curious if this net would actually fit in there, because it's got a real thick handle, and it does. Okay, it does. So I think that's how I'm going to mount them in there. That should be good. I don't see them going anywhere. I'm not going to be using it for trolling. Well, you never know. No, I probably use the front one for trolling. But yeah, guys, simple installation. Just need a hole saw. And this kit, I already showed the price of the kit. I can't remember what I paid for what, but I took screenshots of the site just so you know what I got. And this kit was cheaper on Teemu than Amazon. I think Amazon it was like $45, and on Teemu it was a lot cheaper, so I went with the Teemu site. Now, this video is not sponsored by Teemu. If they did sponsor me, that would have been sweet, but I'm not big enough to get that. I just like the site because it's like wish.com, except for the stuff shows up in 10 days versus 6 months. So that's pretty sweet. All right, let me get these things bolted and mounted, and then we'll be back. Done and done. Alrighty guys, now I need to mount this paddle holder, and I'm thinking about putting it right there because there's like, well, there's foam there. There's nothing here. Maybe I'll put it right here above the rudder drop or whatever the guide in the back is called, the fin. I lost my pen. I feel like my dad more and more every day. He'll come over and he'll help me with construction or something, and he's nonstop. Where's my pencil? Where's my pencil? And 90% of the time, it's resting in his ear. He just forgot it was there. Okay, let me find my marker here so I can mark some holes. Then we got a pre-drill. Pre-drill, where the hell's the lens? Pre-drill. And then we got to put these bolts through. And there's some special nuts in this bag here that, those black things that go on the backing. And then you tighten them on and then should hold the stupid thing in place, unless it's the other way around and these actually go in there. See, that's one thing about Teemu is when you get parts, you 99% of the time don't get instructions, so you gotta give her. But these definitely do not fit in there. They look like they fit in on here. These are basically just to keep water from getting into the cabin, because you are ripping a hole in the side of the hull. Now they gave me 2 of these paddle holders, but I'm only using the 1. Now, did I drill that thick enough? Of course not, but we might be okay. We might be okay. Grab another one of these bolts. I think having one on my right side is more than enough. I think what you're supposed to do is rip a hole big enough for these to go right through. But you know what? When you don't have instructions, you make up your own damn rules. And then this should just clip in like that. Very nice. All right, guys, I think I'm going to put the rod holder, even though I fish right-handed, like I hold the rod with my right and reel with my left, thinking about putting it over there just so it's out of the way of paddle. I've already attached a tether to there and to the paddle just as a safety precaution. But I'm thinking of putting it over here. Then I can just pull it out with my left and then go. Because I was thinking about putting it over here, but it might be kind of weird to grab it when fish is on and I'm trying to get that paddle reseated. So thinking like right there would be a good spot. It's a flat spot. I'm gonna do that. That sounds like a plan. Alrighty guys, this is pretty simple installation. This plate here, you can see that's where it mounts to the kayak. And then this part here bolts into here. And then once that's bolted on, here's your rod holder. It clips in there, it goes in. You press this button, it locks in place. It won't turn, it won't move. You basically set it on whatever angle you want. And if you want to change it, you got to remove it and then change it. So probably help if I had the drill spinning the right way. I'm going to need a ratchet or something under there to crank that on. Alrighty, now we got that mounted and tightened and it looks good. We'll go ahead and reattach the top portion here. Like I say, this is just screws. Boom, shakalaka. And there you go, pretty sweet. And that's pretty much all I have to install on this kayak. And we got it all done. Very nice, very nice. Now, I did mention there was one more item I didn't show you that. It's not really going on the kayak, but it's gonna be going on the kayak, sort of. I bought another reel for the ugly stick. And this reel, she's pretty dope. Check this thing out. I've already opened it. It's a bait caster. It's a 7-to-1, but check that out. It's freaking camo. Yeah, yeah, boy. So it's a 7-to-1 to, no, 7-to-2-to-1 gear ratio. It's gonna work. You know, it ain't no Shimano DC, but it'll get the job did. So what I'm thinking is, like, I got this ugly stick here. That's a medium action, made in China. Good old made in China. Are all ugly sticks made in China? What I'm gonna do is, we're gonna take that spin cast off. Even though I've never used that spin cast, we're gonna take that spin cast off. We're gonna put this puppy chucker on it. Then we're gonna load it up with some line. And then we're gonna go from there. So, before and after. Yeah, that looks freaking dope. Oh my God. camo with the green, moss green line and the green rod. Holy, that's a sick combo. All right, let's load up the kayak and see what this really looks like. So basically something like that, you know. We got the rod in the front, got the baitcaster. Baitcaster doesn't quite sit right in that rod holder. Not sure why, but that's fine. Baitcasters, you don't really, well, maybe you do troll with them, I don't know. But we got my net, we got my baitcaster, we got the spinning rod, paddle holder. I want to put a GoPro mount on this, especially if we go out fishing tomorrow. Might as well, you know, make a video of it while I'm fishing. A lot of spider webs in here. And a spider. I should probably deal with that. I think I missed him. Oh, he's running away. Oh well. But, all in all, pretty dope. Turning a touring kayak into a fishing kayak. I think that looks pretty damn awesome. I do say so myself. Yay, yay, fishing machine. So we're all done. Kayak's all modified. Job would have been a lot easier if I wasn't filming, but you know, if you do it on your own, you're probably looking at maybe a half an hour's worth of work tops. It's pretty easy. Rip a couple holes, put them in, bolt them in place, bolt them in, done. Like that. That thing was easy. This thing here, bolted in, done, easy. Probably do a better job than I did if you actually measure and stuff, but all in all, I'm happy. That's all that matters to me, is if I'm happy. So let's go to Canadian Tire and get a life jacket, because I kind of don't have any. I want to get 3 for my boat and something not encumbering, but that's going to keep me afloat in case I capsize for this thing. And I'm thinking tomorrow, I want to take this puppy chucker out on Lake Nipissing. No, Trout Lake. Not as rough. And actually try kayaking. I'll bring the rods, I'll bring some baits, and maybe we'll make a fishing video. We'll see. We'll see. All depends on what the weather's like. Today would be a great day, but it's already 5:30 now. I was going to go to Canadian Tire and get the life jackets and stuff tonight, but they close in like a half an hour, and I don't want to keep them there longer than they have to be, so, because I got to fit myself with a life jacket and all that shit. Anyway, that's going to sum it up for today's video. So hopefully you enjoyed this little modification of the kayak. Been dying to do this, but I was going to order the parts from Amazon, but it was way cheaper on friggin' Temu. So, and this is the same damn shit. So why get it from Amazon? Sure, it's next day, you know, 4-day shipping, but you get it from Teemu, you wait 10 days, product shows up, and you save like a whole bunch of money. So kind of a smarter idea if you ask me. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, click that like button. Any questions, comments, concerns, down below they go. If you haven't checked out Teemu, you can download the app on your phone or just go to their website, Teemu.com, and take a look at all the shit they have, because some pretty dope deals on there. Expect some Teemu unboxing videos in the very near future. Okay, cool, thanks. Until next time guys, live it to win it. Peace the frig out. Sit, stupid, sit. Good dog.